Hello and welcome back to another video. Sorry for taking long to upload, we were busy with some IRL issues. But hopefully all things are back on track and we can continue recommending you some anime. Today Otaku Sensei will be recommending the top 10 anime where the main character hides his true powers at school. So expect some OP main character to drop in the mix. And like always, I'm morally obliged to tell you to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications to be notified for future updates. Now, without further ado, let's start. We first begin with Aesthetica of a Rogue Hero. The story follows a guy known as the Rogue Hero. Living in a fantasy world, our boy was having a peaceful life, allegedly, until he discarded it to face new challenges by returning to Earth after defeating a demon lord in the parallel world he was living in. When he came back to Earth, Rogue Boy brought along Miyu, the daughter of the demon king he defeated, and now he is forced to hide her true identity by having her pose as his little sister, which is, needless to say, a perfect recipe for a "help me stepbro, I'm stuck" moment. The two soon join Babel, a special school designed for those who have acquired special abilities and magical powers through their journey to a fantasy world. And if for some reason you feel overwhelmed by all that info, then just know this. Aesthetica of a Rogue Hero has opie shots, thigh shots, booty, and the occasional midriff shots. So if you dislike the pacing of the story, or even the voice acting, you will surely like the massive plot. Unless you don't like spice in your food then. Sad. Painted in red, the word Vaughn is all that is left behind after a terrorist attack on a nuclear facility in Japan. The government is shattered by their inability to act, and the police are left frantically searching for a way to crack down on the perpetrators. Damn, after all Japan went through from earthquakes, wars, tsunamis, wannabe idol stars, you would think the writers would give good old Japan a rest. But apparently not, because 6 months after the terrorist attack, two edgy teenage boys, who identify themselves only as Sphinx, directly challenge the police, threatening to cause destruction and mayhem across Tokyo. Now, Terror in Resonance is a good, decent show, and we don't normally do this, but why not give the dub a chance? Reason why? The main detective in the story is played by Robert McCullum, which happens to be one of our team's favorite English voice actors. In 8th place, we have 𝐒ᴟᴜ. The story follows a reserved teenage boy whose sense of pain has all but vanished, making him have a muffled and complacent demeanor, which in turn made our main man a constant target for bullies, who exploit him for egregious sums of money. One day, our main character, as well as his friends and 4 other teenagers, are abducted and forced to take part in an experiment where they are connected through pain, meaning if one member is injured, the others will feel an equal amount of agony. These individuals must become the lab rats of an incomplete system designed with world peace in mind. Because which other way can you make me like my fellow man who doesn't even keep the elevator open till I get to it, other than making me go through the pain that is the miracle of birth? And if you didn't get that joke, then good, because that's how their peace plan sounds on paper. On a side note, the anime is made by Studio Trigger, the people behind Kill la Kill and Gurren Lagann, so if you like both, why not expand your horizon? Next, we have Noblesse. After hundreds of years, a not-vampire Chad wakes up from his slumber in modern-day Japan. Out of touch, he enrolls into a high school that his servant Frankenstein directs. At first, it all seemed good and dandy, until a mysterious organization kidnapped the Chad and character's new friends, and as we all know in anime, that's a big no-no to main characters. So he tries to save them while keeping his identity a secret from the rest of the school. And by the way, did you know there were 2 episodes out before the TV series started airing? One is 𝐿VA that aired way back in 2015, and the other is 𝐿ONA that aired in 2016, and they are debatably better than the series, so don't miss them even if you already watched the show. In 6th place, we have Assassin's Pride. 13 years of age, Angel is a noble girl who has yet to manifest her mana. Therefore, she gets mistreated for her lack of mana by her classmates. Mana is the substance that runs through the blood of nobles and lets them manifest special abilities. Helping her hone such abilities, Kufa Vampire is ordered by the Angel family to become the little blondie's tutor. While Kufa seems to be a mere mentor, an ulterior motive lurks behind his job. He is to assassinate the girl if he confirms that she does not possess mana. However, when the investigation eventually leads him to determine that Angel is a Sakura, aka a useless whiny crybaby, Kufa, with his yee-ass Kirito haircut, withheld his wrath and offers a way to help her manifest her mana. After watching that show, I learned one lesson. If friendly vampires exist, then they must be kept far away as possible from underage kids. And at number 5, a classic, Full Metal Panic. Equipped with cutting-edge weaponry and specialized troops, a private military organization strives to extinguish all threats to peace on Earth. A member of that group is 17-year-old Sergeant Sosuke Sagara. Our main man has been assigned to protect a special blue-haired babe. And to do that, he must join her high school class and be as close to her as possible to prevent her from falling into enemy hands. Hence, Sagara must safely blend in with his classmates without revealing his true identity. And you would be mistaken to think that it's a pretty easy thing to do for a 17-year-old boy, since when you get raised on a battlefield with very little knowledge about the average high school student's lifestyle, socializing with your classmates can get a bit, quote-unquote, tricky. Nearing the end, we have Akashic Records of Bastard Magic Instructor. And yes, the anime is as fun as the title sounds. The plot goes like this. After the favorite teacher of the two female leads retires, an enigmatic teacher called Glenn Radars replaces him. His lazy and indifferent attitude towards life and magic quickly puts him at odds with his class. At first, they decide to ignore him and not follow his class, but when the girls get caught in a major problem, the lazy teacher rises up, shows his true power, and saves the day. Now you might say, well, technically the main character is not a student, so it doesn't follow the subject of the video. Well, here's where you're wrong. Later on, a student from the teacher's past joins the school, and like him, she has to hide her true identity and power, making this anime a perfect fit to the list. In third place, we have 07 Ghost. The setting is in an Empire military academy known for training elites who utilize an ability called Xiphon to fight. And as you guessed it, the main character is a student at the academy, and he's one of the most promising soldiers produced. However, he is ridiculed by everyone for having a Sklav, German for slave, with no memories of his past. While preparing for the final exam, Tato uncovers a dark secret related to his past. When an attempt to assassinate a high-ranking official who killed his father fails, Tato is locked away awaiting punishment. However, he escapes with the help of his friend and ends up at the 7th District Church, where he is taken in by the bishops. It's a pretty good show and highly advised if you don't mind old animations and art style. And in second place, we have Welcome to Demon School. When you get sold to a demon, you would think a life of torment and hardship is awaiting you, and it's a 100% accurate assumption. But that wasn't the case for our 14-year-old main character. The love of a grandfather and the somewhat normal life of a teenage anime boy was waiting for him when he was sold to a demon. At first, our main character tries to keep a low profile at his new school in fear of his peers discovering that he is human. Unfortunately, this ends up being more difficult than he expected, as it turns out that Sullivan, aka the demon who bought him, is the chairman of the school, and everyone expects him to become the next Demon King. And in first place, Brynhildr in the Darkness. Venturing into the wilderness, the skeptical Ryota Murakami and the ambitious Kuroneko were on a quest to prove the existence of extraterrestrial life, when a tragic accident occurred, reaping Kuroneko of her life and leaving Ryota in a critically injured state. Which, by the way, baffles my mind. Like, why do people who are looking for aliens or want aliens to find them think the aliens would let them go behind the steering wheel of a UFO? I mean, if I was one and a human comes to me thinking talking like Chewbacca will get him to drive my ship, then I'll make sure to make the planet burn. But yet again, that's just me. Anyways, fast forward 10 years and Ryota is now living a normal life in high school. But all changes when a transfer student arrives one day, bearing a striking resemblance to his late friend, even sharing a similar name. Most mysteriously, she seems to possess supernatural powers, and I dare to say she sounds sus. And on that note, the video comes to an end. Hope you had fun, and we will try to upload the next one sooner. Thanks for all the lads and gals who stuck till this point, and that's about it. Oh, also don't forget to sub, like, and share. Oh, and also, yours truly the narrator just launched his YouTube channel and posted his first video. So if you could check that out in the description down below, that'd be awesome. Thanks. I'll see you guys in the next one.